What up, y'all? How you feel? It's Merch Life J, motivational, inspirational speaker for parentpreneurs across the globe. This is the Merch Life Publishing Podcast. And this is episode 4, I believe. You already know. Today, we got a splendiferous, super fantastic, amazing guest. And her name is Wanda Marie. How you doing today, ma'am?
I'm good. How are you?
Everything is good. You know, I'm chilling. I'm excited, but I'm chilling at the same time, man. So today we're here to talk about the 4 souls of her. First, I want to ask you, before we get into the book, I want to ask you, who are you, and why did you become an author? What made you want to write the 4 souls of her? Give us a little bit of background about yourself.
Well, I always loved writing since a very young age, and my grandmother, she noticed that, and her desire was for me to write a book. She said, one day you're going to write all about this crazy journey that you've been on, and she said that when I was about 15 years old, so it was already nuts by then.
Yes, ma'am. And so you said your grandmother pretty much inspired you to become, the writer, because you already were doing it. Can you tell us a little bit more about her influence as far as the literature that we're seeing now goes?
She basically did just inspire me to write. My first passion, though, was poetry. And so when I was ready to start writing the book, I thought, what better way to write it than in the form of poetry, which was, a different experience. So it's actually a storytelling in the form of poetry.
Okay. Yeah, I love poetry. A lot of people do too. And for the title, it's called The 4 Souls of Her. What made you come up with that title? What does it mean?
Well, when I started writing the book, I was about 40. Hint, hint. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. When I started writing the book, I was about 40. And the 4 souls of her is actually the 10 years in each portion of my life. So don't ask me how long it took me to write the book, because then you're going to do the math.
Nah, I wouldn't do that to you. I was just gonna say, when you started writing the book, right, and you first discovered that it was gonna have a basis of poetry, how did you go about choosing which parts would go first, which parts would go last? Like, how did you go about deciding the order of the poetry that's in the book?
Well, the order actually goes in the order of my life. The first 10 years of my life is the first soul. So, but to start off the book, I started the book off with actually a poem or a nursery rhyme dedicated to my grandmother, who inspired me to write the book.
Oh, that is awesome. We gotta give it up for that one. Got to. And it seems like, well, obviously there are going to be more installments to the 4 souls of her. What are your plans moving forward as an author regarding your books?
Well, right now I am still currently working on the second soul, which is about 11 to 20 years old. I'm almost done. It's a little challenging, putting all those memories, thoughts, and ideas in order and using poetry at the same time. It's a little difficult. So I did set myself up for quite a challenge, to keep that going.
Yeah, it's always a challenge for me. Writing any type of book, I feel like it's gonna be a challenge, man. What would you say to someone that hasn't started their book yet? What would you say to a young woman that wants to get her story out and she just doesn't know how to get started? What would you say to her in order to get her on her feet and get her moving with her book?
Oh man, what I would say and what I have said to a young lady to get her started with her book is like, what do you want to say? What do you want your book to be about? Just start writing. Just write that down first. I want my book to be about whatever, my life. write that down first. I actually am helping a young lady right now write a book, and she was born and raised in Jamaica. She lives here in the States. So the first thing I asked her is, "You were so young. So what do you remember about Jamaica?" And she began to tell me, and I was like, "Start right there. Start right there. Everything you remember when you were small." And every time she mentioned her father, her face just glowed. She just had this wonderful memories, and it showed on her face whenever she would mention her father. So I just told her to start right there. It's going to be hard enough writing about your life, so start with something good.
Yeah, definitely. That's great advice. That's great advice for somebody writing about their life. Use the happy parts first, man. Definitely. And so you when you say you help people write books now, so didn't you don't you have a publishing company too now?
I do have a publishing company.
Let's go. That's fire. That's fire. All right, so take me through that journey. Take me through how that began, and what are your plans for, and what's your goal? Just tell me a little bit about that, and how people can come and support it and things of that.
Okay. Okay. Well, like I said, I've been writing all my life, and then this young man named Merch Life J, he encouraged me so much while I was writing that book. And yes, and I've been on his website, and I was like, wow, that's something that I've always dreamed of doing. And I got started.
I mean,
I don't know what to say, but it was. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say normally that's how it goes. You just get started, and then you figure it out. You jump off the plane and you build a parachute on your way down.
Right.
And so how many people do you normally, would you say you will want to help goal wise? How many people would you want to help over, I would say, the next year or something like that?
I didn't actually set a specific goal, like I'm going to help these certain amount of people. But I do have 3 people right now that I'm just basically encouraging and pushing them along, asking them where they are in the process. And, I just want to keep them going. I'm helping the one young lady that I said was from Jamaica. I'm helping her fill in the blanks, complete her thoughts and things like that. And I think she's pretty solid with chapter 1 now. So hopefully the plan or the idea from the encouraging is just to keep her going, and she can kind of start to mimic chapter 1 and just go from there.
That's a good thing that you're doing too, because a lot of people are going to gravitate towards you being a certain demographic. Like for example, we need a lot of Black publishing companies. We need a lot of them because there may be women that might not want to do business with a man, and they can do business with a woman. There may be somebody that feels they're too gangster to do business with a woman. You know what I'm saying? And they want to do it with a man. But the bottom line is that we're able to facilitate all of these different types of authors to be able to get their stories out. And I think that's my biggest piece of admiration from you starting your publishing company. I really think that it's just awesome, and I'm amazed by that, because a lot of people that come to me and they get, whether it be publishing services or just advice, they may want to go start a company, and for some reason they don't do it. So I just want to give you your flowers while you're here, because that's exponent. I would have, of course I can envision you writing plenty of books. I would have never thought that you would have taken it as far as actually starting a company, getting it popping, and then actually helping people too. So to all the people that's watching this, if you're watching this 10 years from now, if you're watching it the day it premieres, let Miss Wanda Marie be inspiration to you, because if I can do it, and if she can do it, that means you can do it too. There's nothing stopping you but you, There's nothing stopping you but you, man. And then, and to the people that want to say, oh, well, what if, ain't y'all competitors now? And no, we're not competitors. We're not competition at all, because like I said, at the end of the day, the goal is to get these people's stories out there, and a lot of people have a lot of different stories to tell, man. So I really commend you. For sticking your neck out and doing that, because a lot of people tell me they want to do that, but they have not done it yet. You know what I'm saying? So I really commend you for that, man. And where can they find your book, and how can they support you as an author?
Well, my book is available on Amazon. The Four Souls of Her, the first soul. It is available on Amazon, but you can also find my book on writtenvibespublishing.com.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Y'all heard that, writtenvibespublishing.com. You scrolling on the phone, you watching TV, and your life is passing you by. You keep procrastinating over and over. Well, maybe I'll write a book next month, but maybe I'll write a book next year. No, do it right now. They'll work with you after work, and they'll work with you before work. They'll do whatever you need them to do for you to become an author. Go talk to somebody right now. They out to help you. You spend all day scrolling on the phone anyhow. Why don't you click on something that's going to help you in your future? Just click on Merch Life Publishing and make the call. DM them right now. Why are you making it complicated?
Born, build or destroy. God, equality, power, culture, understanding, wisdom, knowledge, cipher. Get excited.
I also do editing, and I did editing for Young Con the Don. Well, Damon Jones, aka Young Con the Don. I did the editing for his most recent book, Hoes and Zombies, which seems to be taking off pretty well. Hope there's no typos in there.
Nah, there's no typo in there. I looked over during the formatting process.
Okay.
Yeah, Young Con is a monster with the books. He did. I think he did 5 books this year so far. He's just in his bag, man. That's another guy we gotta commend, man, because when it comes to
absolutely
stuff, Young Con of Don is putting it down. I tell you, man. But yeah, so yeah, that's another service that you offer, is editing as well.
Yes.
Cool. Because did you know that the Merch Life magazine is premiering December the 15th?
That is awesome.
Yes, ma'am. And it's basically a magazine for entrepreneurs. So the entries are going to be due December the 1st, and then the magazine is actually going to premiere December the 15th. So it's going to be like any other magazine. It's going to be a subscription service based magazine. So it'll be a digital version and a physical version of the magazine. So we're going to be publishing that next month. So that's going to be awesome. And I would love to put you in there. You already know. Just, I think I sent you something about it one day. I don't know. Just scroll back, but I'll send it again. It don't matter. But yeah, man. The Four Souls of Her, man. Tell them one more time where they can go get your book and why they need this book. Because this is a great book, by the way. But yeah, let them know why they need this amazing collection of poetry by Wanda Marie.
Well, The Four Souls of Her is available on Amazon. It's also available on my website, writtenvibespublishing.com. You need this book. You really need this book as an inspiration. I wrote the book basically. I did have something to get off my chest, but I really did write the book to let other young women know that it was okay to tell their story and to get it all out. And I wrote it as a healing piece. I used it to heal myself in those areas that I didn't want to talk about. It was easier to write them, so I used it as a healing piece, and it definitely helped. And that is what that's what I'm encouraging young women to do, is to heal yourself through the writing. Okay, it doesn't have to be great. It doesn't have to be a bestseller. It doesn't have to, have all the awesome punctuation and you're not looking to win a scholar here. You know what I mean? You just get the words out on the paper, heal yourself, bless yourself with it, and move on to the next chapter in the book and in life.
Yes, ma'am. That is a fact. Writing your book is a healing process, man. It'll get that whatever trauma you writing about, it'll help you get over it, because you're gonna be able to look at it from an aerial view. So you're gonna be able to see all angles and what was wrong and what was right, and how to grow from it, man. So that's always been my biggest goal as an author, is to show someone where I messed up at, so they can know what not to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I made a lot of mistakes, and in my books, whether it be my fiction or nonfiction, I believe that I show a lot of myself, whether people know it or not. I definitely, in the essence of betrayal, there's a lot of things in there that may have happened in real life or may not have happened in real life, but I can't say. So that's why it's written in that form, to let people kind of just to let people in, man, and it helped me heal as well. It did. It helped me get rid of like you said, it just helped me to overlook things and to be able to say, like, all right, I'm glad I got that off my chest, man. Because sometimes journaling can turn into an entire book. It really can. That's what the essence of betrayal is. It is actually journal entries that I turned into like a exaggerated story. So yeah, so yeah, I really appreciate you coming through, man. Is there anything you want to say to the viewers or to the authors or upcoming authors that are watching this? This is going to be around for hundreds of years. So is there anything you want to say to any of those people?
Well, I did just want to say that that's going to be our next product. I'm actually creating a journal that will help you write your book. So it's basically going to be in a format to where when you think feel you're all done journaling, which you should never be, as long as you're alive, you have something to write about. But for those who are starting that journey, their first book, and writing about themselves, the journal is going to help them get the thoughts out and create a book. And that's going to be our product by the end of the year.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Y'all heard it here first, man. They coming out with a journal. It's going to help you be able to get your book out, man. So be on the lookout for that. What's the website one more time?
The website is writtenvibespublishing.com.
Yes, ma'am. And I appreciate you for coming through, man. This was episode 4. You already know. See y'all next time on the Merch Life Publishing Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to Merch Life Publishing while you're here. Hit the little bell button too, so you know every time we post some new content, man. Get excited. Thank you for watching, man. And as always,